Alright, everyone, I'm doing a sort of a special reaction. I didn't really say anything to any of you all, but one second, I'm going to take this out. But I want to do a reaction to this because I just thought it was just a kind of cool experience. So, there's a guy I work with. He's actually my supervisor, so shout out Soup. And yeah, he's had a life, you know. We exchange stories about our lives and stuff like that. And at a certain point, he was telling me, he's like, "Oh, have you ever heard of this band, Tarantula?" And I was like, "Nah, bro. Like, I haven't heard about it." And from my research later on, it kind of makes sense that I wouldn't have heard about it. It's like pretty deeply obscure. This band, I think they go under something. They go under the name Priestbird now. Here they are. Yeah, no, their music. They've got like 70 monthly listeners. At least this album does. I couldn't find what their name Priestbird is, but 71 monthly listeners. I don't even know. Like, let's see if I go on fucking. And this is a band that's from like decades ago. Okay, they have a song with a couple thousand views. This is like deeply obscure stuff. But it's on streaming services, so forth, whatever. But this album, this here, Tarantula, I don't even know if you can see that. Tarantula is what it's called, self-titled EP. This you can't find online. Like, you can't find it anywhere. I even tried to find copy to illegally download it to help this guy out, because he's like, I can't find this anywhere. And he was in a band back in the day. He would have been late high school, I think. Like grade 11, grade 12. And someone put this EP on, and he was like blown away. And they recorded, I think they ripped a CD or something for him, and he so he hasn't really listened to it since, because he doesn't have it anymore. And so I went out of my way to go on discogs, because like, okay, if I can't find this anywhere, discogs is the place to go. He found a copy in Poland, and it took us a while to get it because of the sort of Canada Post strike that is happening here, but we got it now, and I'm going to listen to this. So this is very much so like a post-rock oriented project. I have listened to Palo Borracho. I listened to it once because there's a live version of that is on streaming services, but other than that, this is all new, all fresh stuff. So I'm kind of interested in what I'm going to hear, so let's go and get into it. gosh, to me, it's just so surreal to think that that you can't find this anywhere online. You know what I mean? Like there's only these physical copies that are being sold. Um, this is fantastic. That little do do do. It's like BCNR coded all the way, right? And BCNR is, you know, one of the biggest, like, kind of post rock, kind of tinged groups of this era, right? If you're a fucking hipster, you know, you're sitting there going, BCNR did this, everything. If you're on Rate Your Music, every fucking time a post rock album comes out nowadays, it's like, this sounds like BCNR, and then, you know, just toxic music fan circle type thing. But look at this, right? Yeah, a lot of different instrumentation going on there, and it almost kind of reminds me of like something that'd be in like a Tim Burton movie. I'm kind of really liking that. You know, it's dark, eerie, but it's whimsical at the same time. And those drums on here, I think that's the instrument here that I'm really focusing on the most. Oh my gosh. This kind of gives me the early post-rock. Like, I can kind of feel that, because early post-rock, at least, this may be a generalization, but how I feel about early post-rock is you can really follow along on, like, that impact that the sound has a little bit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, great. I like this song. I don't like it as much as the first song. I think it kind of loses me a little bit in the second half. Like I'm liking what's going on in the first half, and again, it with that string work and then with that cymbals attached with it, it feels like it's building up, it's leading to something, and it doesn't particularly take me to some sort of exciting finish. But at the same time, I think that there's just a plethora of different sounds, different sort of time and presence given to different instrumentation throughout the second half too, where it's just like there's a lot going on here, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of interesting decisions, and I can kind of respect that journey, you know. okay, I'm not overly big on this song. I think that first half is not really engaging. We get the drumming kind of working in that second half, and then right at the end of the song, it sort of seems like it's going to build into something. I don't know. This song, again, with the last song I was saying too, with that second half not liking it as much, I still felt like there was this variation of instruments that was kind of cool. I don't feel that same way with this song, and if anything, it just, for a post-rock song too, it's just structured so oddly, in a way that it's kind of missing out on an emotional impact for me as much as it could have. Okay, let's continue on. I like the mood to this one. I still think the first song is my favorite. Like, it just really was working with that sort of wonky, sort of horror aesthetic. This one, I don't know, got good movement to it. I sat in this whole thing and I was, satisfied through it all. Now we have one more song, which I have heard. I don't really recall it though. Okay, I'd say that one is my second favorite song. Kind of close to the first one. That one's got some swagger to it, bro. Oh my gosh, a little bit of a Latin tinge to that. Very good sort of pacing, energy to that song. Yeah, cool. Again, the first song I'm feeling like it's kind of a little eerie, but it's, got some movement to it. And this one seemed almost like it would be like an adventure song. You know what I mean? I'm thinking like Pirates of the Caribbean in my head right now. I don't know. This came out in 2004. Maybe they were inspired by Curse of the Black Pearl. Anyways, there's that EP. This EP that, like, who knows about the existence of this EP? It's crazy that it's here in my hands right now, that we've done this. Okay. Recorded at Shacklin Studios in Bob James in Brooklyn, New York, December 2003. Produced by Tarantula. We got Danny Bensi on cello, Jamie Reeder on violin, Sander Jurians on guitar and bass, Gregory Rogove, drums, percussion, glockenspiel, and melodica. Alright. Tom Camuso, you engineered and mixed this thing. Was mastered by Michael Fossenkemper at Turtle Tone Studios in New York City. Artwork, Gregory Rokove and Sander Jurians. I like this. I think it's pretty good. I'm interested in re-listening to this again. When it comes to post-rock music or instrumental, the like, it's I think a re-listen. You can put yourself in a certain calm environment and sort of maybe potentially pick up on things. But overall, yeah, it's pretty interesting, pretty emotive project. I think on first listen I give it a strong 7 out of 10. I wonder what I think about all their other projects, because they have a few, right? I think this is the one that's like just not available anywhere. So I'm honored to sort of be able to have this sort of journey with this artist. It's kind of cool that this gets to be swung my way. And I'll be interested to see whoever watches this video, if people who like actually know of Tarantula end up finding this video on their recommended, or you know what I mean? Because it's just like, you know what I mean? I'm just curious about what is known about this artist. But I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to listen to it a few more times and see if I garner a different opinion. Okay, here I am. I came back to this Tarantula EP. I think I'll still keep it at a 7. It's kind of 7.5-ish, because I think with my re-listens, especially that last listen, because I listened to it 3 more times after this video, I think I was able to, that last listen especially, I was really able to sit in the vibe with it a little bit better. I still think that there is more expansion that could have happened with this sound. I mean, for Craig, if you're watching, because I know that this type of music was certainly something that really hit you, and I think I need to send some music your way. Because this type of thing, what Tarantula is doing in that post-rock genre, I've been listening to post-rock ever since I started really listening to music as a fucking hipster, fucking loser asshole, since I was like 15 years old. And so I've had my fair share of post-rock. And this certainly seals the deal. It certainly is very well-made post-rock. I just don't think it's hitting that wow factor. I think it's that little fucking final little thing. Which I will say, I think it kind of lands on that first track. That first track, this EP starts off very strong. Again, I haven't listened to that full-length album, so I wonder if that kind of, and I think that kind of has a little more of a metal edge to that, which can be kind of interesting. But yeah. But what I would grab from an artist, if this was something that was like new and not, some obscure shit from 20 years ago, is I would say, yeah, like, I think this group, they certainly do have something going on, right? They, regardless of my opinion, I can still give it a 7 out of 10, but they know how to use a lot of fucking instruments on here, put it all on here, right? There's something that's still very extremely cinematic about this, right? There is a vision of, to me at least, of we're going through all these different motions, changing different scenes in the sense of instruments, and I fuck with that. So Yeah, maybe I'll listen to more Tarantula, because considering this is the only one that I think I was like unable to find online. So, yeah. If there's anything else you want to see me react to, or anything like, put a comment down below. And thank you for watching. Peace.